work the hypothesis activity. As an example, our hypothesis activity has listening to songs while studying as the independent variable and grades in the class as a dependent variable. As you can see, the independent variable box is on the left side of the screen and the dependent variable box is on the right side of the screen. This will stay the same on your version of the hypothesis activity. At the top of the screen, you will see the nodes you can use to complete your version of the hypothesis activity. Our nodes are knowledge of lyrics, reading comprehension of material, and learning of material. Notice that next to these nodes there is a plus sign and an X sign. The plus sign adds your node as a box to the middle of the screen, and the X sign removes that box. Now let's look at your independent variable and your dependent variable again. Before this video, you made a hypothesis about the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable. My hypothesis was students who listen to songs more while they study will have lower grades. Therefore, my independent variable box will have an upwards facing arrow, and the dependent variable box will have a downward facing arrow. Next, I'm going to add the reading comprehension of material node. I'm going to connect this node to the listening to songs while studying box. Notice that when I connect these two boxes, an add label command shows up. You have three options, which are definition, cause, and correlation. These labels will also be the same on your hypothesis activity. For the label, I am going to choose the cause label. When I choose cause, another three options appear, which are concentration, familiarity, and mood. The selection of causes will be different on your hypothesis activity since the causes are for your specific experiment. I am going to select the concentration option because I believe your concentration will be on the song rather than what you are reading. Therefore, your reading comprehension of material will decrease. Next, I'm going to add the learning of material node. I'm going to connect that to reading comprehension of material. I believe that decreased reading comprehension will decrease how much a student learns. Therefore, I'm going to click the correlation option and pick the downwards facing arrow. Finally, I'm going to connect the learning box to the dependent variable box, which is grades in the class. Notice that I try to connect two white dots, and a reminder at the top of your screen lets you know that you can only connect a black circle to a white circle. So let me do that. You can see that I did not use all of my nodes. Therefore, you will not have to do that either. Next, I'm going to click Verify. Notice how a red command pops up at the top of the screen. It lets me know that I forgot to add a label. Looking at my hypothesis activity, I see I did not add a label between the learning and the grades in the class box. This command will disappear when you add a label. I am going to select the correlation label again for this connection because how much you learn is directly related to your grade in the class. Finally, I will click Verify and it will say that everything looks good. So your part of the hypothesis activity is done now and you will raise your hand and wait for your teacher. Just to let you know, this program will only let you know that you completed the hypothesis activity. It does not notify you of any of the connections you made are incorrect.